Hi, welcome to our home. This is the Blount Family Christmas Lights home, and my name is Michelle Blount. This is the first snow village that you'll see when you come in. This is a Department 56 snow villages. I have about 5 different snow villages in the home. This is my oldest collection. I started collecting in 1994. And I basically carve all the styrofoam that you see the display made out of. I do that myself using a hot wire foam tool. And I have multi-levels on it. I've added glitter and sparkle to it just to kind of make the display pop. And each little house is pre-lit, and some of them are animated. They have moving features on it, blinking lights, and everything. After I started collecting this, I started collecting North Pole and Charlie Brown, which we'll see in the next room. So now we're going to move into our next area. That is our formal living room, where I've added Mickey Mouse, a boardwalk, and Charlie Brown. This is my Mickey Mouse collection, and I basically have established it on top of a piano and kind of made the shape out of the piano and did the multi-levels, added the Mickey Mouse ears kind of for the Disney effect, and again, each of the houses are lit. I started collecting the Disney collection about 2-3 years ago. They started, Department 56 started adding more pieces. Now we're going to move over to the World Fair. My husband is actually the crazy person about roller coasters and such, and so about 3 years ago he had seen the roller coaster ride and wanted to add it to my collections. This is not Department 56. It's made by World Fair and a couple other different companies. Anyways, it's grown over the last couple of years to add a few Ferris wheels, teacups, and a beautiful carousel. My next collection is a Charlie Brown collection that I started collecting about 7 years ago. Really, it was just little small pieces. I didn't have many that were included in this, but my husband was such a big Charlie Brown fan that I wanted to include it in my Christmas stuff. And over the years, it's grown a little bit. It's still not a large village, but it is fun and very whimsical. This is the next area that I've decorated. There's a lot more in this room to see. I'm going to start off with this one small piece that I have over here on the right. It's just an ice castle. I originally had it set up in my North Pole area, but this year decided just to kind of make it its own little area. It was because it was very unique and special. So this is probably my biggest project that I have. I start my North Pole table here in August. It takes me almost 2 months to complete the table. I hand carve all the styrofoam, like I said in the beginning, from the baseboard to the mountains to all the different levels. Everything pretty much on the table is made from styrofoam. I paint it and glitter it. I do reuse the styrofoam from year to year. People ask if I recarve it new, and I don't. I try to keep as many pieces that I can so that I can just build onto it. This last year, I had my tree over here started as a base from last year, and most of my base here I had already had. I added a couple extra levels, but this year I wanted to add a few more pieces, so I raised my mountains about 1.5 feet, and I created this whole upper level here with a little mountain ridge going underneath it, some LED lights behind it to kind of give it that aurora borealis effect, and then I added the upper level with Santa Claus's castle up at the top. So Santa and Mrs. Claus are up there with their little spiral staircase going to the top. Actually, my favorite part of the display is my little mountain over here that I created. Doing the streets and creating the city was kind of working inside my creativity box, but I wanted to do something unique and different this year by adding like a waterfall and a mountain. I wasn't quite sure how to do that. A young lady up in Palmdale named Nicole Mitchell helped me think outside of my box, and we created this little mountain that included a waterfall, and there's also some little penguins under the ice. Most people don't notice the penguins, but they're down under here under the ice, and we've got a little cave up on the top with some little elves roasting their little marshmallows, and I added the tunnel after the fact so that the train had something to go through, and it was a very challenging piece for me to do. With all the extra sculpting and the adding of the glitter to kind of actually make it look like a mountain, not just a stack of styrofoam. So I'm really kind of proud of this piece this year, and having added all the pieces on there, I think it came together really nicely. El Shaddai. Our next village is Whoville. This is a completely new collection for Department 56 this year, and I've always been kind of a Grinch fan. Over the last couple of years, I've snuck the Grinch into my North Pole area, and this year when they came out with the new pieces, I definitely had to come up with some type of creative way of displaying them, and this is what I created. I wanted the Grinch to have his own little cave where he's viewing himself in the mirror, and the little mountain where he's got the Santa sack and the dog on top, and just all the different little Whoville homes down below. There are 9 Grinches in total. It's kind of fun when the kids come through. They like trying to see if they can count all 9 of them and find them all. So it's kind of a Where's Waldo thing, but it's Where's the Grinch? All right, follow me to the next room of the tour. So this is the next room of our tour where we have one of our main Christmas trees. It's not the only Christmas tree that we do have, but it is one of our bigger Christmas trees in the house. And that's fully decorated, kind of a whimsical red, white, and green theme. I kind of like the flock tree concept. You'll notice that we have a couple of them in our house. And I just like it because all of my ornaments pop on it. In the past, we've done just regular green trees or real trees, and it just seemed to lack some type of pizzazz, and so I really enjoy having the flock trees and adding the ornaments to it, and just kind of seeing the effect that it has on everybody that visits the house too. It tends to be a favorite. Another area of our house that gets a lot of attention is our kitchen. I don't think people expect it to be decorated, and it is, and they especially love the way we've added ornaments to our pot rack and how we've decorated the tops of the cabinets as well, and our little tree here in the front of the kitchen. We've added a few of the little village pieces over here, including my daughter's creative gingerbread houses that she made this year for us, who's 4. The last part of our tour is our upside-down Christmas tree. This is my favorite part because most people don't notice when they walk in the house that we have an upside-down Christmas tree. They're really kind of busy checking out the Snow Village over here, and they tend to walk through the rest of the house. On their way out is when they really figure out that we have this amazing upside-down tree. I love this tree. It's probably my favorite thing aside from the Snow Villages in the house, simply because the ornaments just pop on it. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I love all the colors. I love the way the ornaments hang on the outside. When I saw this tree 3 years ago, I just knew I had to have it, and I sent my husband, Andrew, a picture of it, and he right away sent me a text back saying, I love it and buy it. So 3 years ago, we added a upside-down Christmas tree to our house, and it's just very whimsical. I think the ornaments pop on it, and I love the way there's lots of room for presents, and the kids tend to like that too. We're the Blount family. Thank you for taking a tour with us, and we hope to see you again next year. Merry Christmas. Bye.